This has been our least expensive hotel that we've had the entire trip, the one here in Sidney. And here we have a beautiful glass enclosed shower. This is like a brand new building. If they keep the rates like this, if you're in the area, this is a good place to stay. Good morning, Internet. Well, it is another really blustery day here with high winds, cloudy skies, cold temperatures. And so we're just going to have to put up with that today. The forecast is like that for all day long. Tomorrow, though, I'm hoping it gets back to more seasonably temperatures here. Well, today we are working on positioning ourselves so that we can do a scenic tour along the Missouri River. And we're going to be following that all the way to Bismarck and then down into South Dakota. So let's get started. As we head out this morning, we go right through downtown Sidney, Montana. There's nothing really remarkable about Sidney. It's like a lot of western towns in the prairie area. But it does sit close to North Dakota and puts us in a good position along Yellowstone River here to meet up with the Missouri River. As we head east, we cross the Yellowstone River, which originates in Wyoming in Yellowstone National Park. It goes through Billings and heads north-northeast until it meets up with the Missouri River. The gray skies kind of dampen the morning a little bit, and we continue to fight high straight-line winds coming out of Canada, making it a pretty chilly ride this morning. Our goal this morning is to head east and then north, crossing the Missouri River, which will put us basically on the east side of the Missouri River as we turn and head south. Before we reach the Missouri River, we ride through the Lewis and Clark Wildlife Management Area. It isn't long until we make it to the Missouri River and cross over, and then we turn east to head along it. Once again, we get stopped for some construction and we sit alongside the road until they let us pass through on a single lane. In this particular area, there's really no gravel or dirt roads that parallel the river. There were some access roads that left the highway that went back in towards the river, but nothing that went through. So we were pretty much regulated to the highway. At times we were real close to the river, and at times the highway pulled away from the river to head toward a town. But we were following the course of the river as closely as we possibly could. Once we turned and headed to the southeast, we went through the Berthold Indian Reservation, and we stopped there for gas. One of the things that we encountered along the way were oil wells. This surprised me a little bit because I associate oil wells more with Texas and Oklahoma. Here we cross over the White Earth River, which is about a 50-mile tributary of the Missouri River. As we near Newtown, North Dakota, the highway gets pretty close to the Missouri River and we get a really good view. Newtown is where we stop to fuel up and take an afternoon break. I had the pleasure of having a conversation with a Native American. He was there at the store with his grandkids who were helping him with his lawnmower business. What a nice chat I had, and I wish I'd taken the time to get his name and information. If he ever happens to stumble across this video, I wish him and his family all the best. What a pleasure it was to have a conversation with you. Here we ride through the little town of Parshall, North Dakota. The Garrison Dam creates Lake Audubon here on the Missouri River, and we're crossing over Lake Audubon between Garrison and Cole Harbor. It creates a really nice scenic area, and there's a state park down by the town of Riverdale. As you can see, we're on a major highway here. We're on US 83 that goes straight down to Bismarck. But we're going to take a little side road here, 1804 North Dakota, that takes us right along the Missouri River. It is an absolutely beautiful ride, and because it's paved, all motorcyclists could go down this. What a wonderful way to end our day's ride. I took a picture of the bikes here just to show you how much the wind was still blowing at the end of the day. This morning we started out here in Sidney, Montana, and went up to Fairview, and then we crossed over. We were right on the border with North Dakota, and crossed over here until we hit the highway that went up to Williston. And then we took this scenic byway across until we hit 1804. And we ran 1804 down through the 3 affiliated tribes reservation, or Fort Berthold Reservation in North Dakota. And we continued to follow 804 out here to Garrison, North Dakota. And then we came down 83, the highway, toward Bismarck, but before we got to Bismarck, 1804 cut off again, and this was by far the best ride of the day, was down 1804 along the river here. And it was paved, so it would be a great motorcycle ride for anybody that wants to do it. And then we came out just north of Bismarck and came into Bismarck. Well, that's it for today. I hope you liked the video. We'll see you tomorrow. Take care.